Although the Miami Heat have not been in the center of the NBA chatter lately due to not being active in free agency, they are still a team that has a lot to be discussed about them. And the fact is, I personally love talking about the Heat squad and you guys love listening. So today we will be discussing one of the Heat's most promising young talents in Tyler Herro, and the fact that he may just surprise us all with his game this year. Personally, I really like a lot of the rookies that have come into the league this past season. For some reason, it seems like a lot more than usual are playing with a chip on their shoulder and have something to prove. Look at top players like Ja Morant and Tyler Herro. You could tell that they were absolutely grinding this season to get better and progress, which both of them most definitely accomplished, as well as undrafted players like Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson, who both happen to be on the Heat as well. I feel like each year the prospects coming into the league just keep on getting better and better, and there are more and more low picks playing far above their draft value. That's for another video. Before we get into today's video, if you have been enjoying the content lately, it would be greatly appreciated if you subscribed if you're new and join the Woods crew. I've been saying it every video and it is still true. We are still able to hit 1,000 subscribers in the first month of having the channel, like our goal was. But it cannot be done without people like you, so just hit that sub button below and show some love to the channel. Also, it would be clutch if you could hit that like button below as well. It really does help the channel grow because it lets YouTube know this video is a banger. And lastly, if you want daily hoops content on the gram, drop me a follow at Woods Hoops. It's always linked below. But anyways, to get to the point, Tyler Herro is grinding very hard to improve his craft this offseason, and I think we will definitely see these results when the season begins in just a few weeks. It's no secret that Tyler Herro has always played with a chip on his shoulder since he first started pursuing basketball with all he had in his freshman year of high school. I was just listening to the JJ Redick podcast before I made this video, and Tyler Herro talked about right when Jimmy joined the Heat. Tyler Herro personally reached out to him and wanted to train with him to make himself even better, and there's no better person to learn from than Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy gladly took him under his wing and invited him up to Chicago to work out right after he got drafted. Herro talked about their first workout on the beach at 5 a.m. throwing medicine balls around. I know there are many players that train hard, but I know there aren't many that train harder than Jimmy Butler, and he has taught Herro to train just like him. So I think we can only expect Herro to become something big for the Heat team. I think this quote by David Ramel really hits the nail on the head about Tyler Herro and the fact that he may be an all-star this year. I've got to be honest with you, I am buying all the stock on Tyler Herro. If I was encouraged by his performance in the bubble and throughout the regular season, I'm even more committed to seeing what happens next for Tyler because I think he's going to be a star. I'm not just saying this, I'm not prone to overinflating my opinions of players or things of that sort. I look at Tyler and there was something about the way he handled these questions as definitely as he did. He responded so positively with such a clear idea of what he wants. To me, this is such a positive sign because I think young players are so rarely so self-aware of what they need to do and what their goals are. He's already much more accomplished than your average rookie. Yes, he maybe didn't get the kind of hardware that a typical rookie of the year does. Ja Morant had a much more productive season in terms of overall points per game and a statistical output. However, Tyler Herro went to the NBA Finals as a contributor to a title contending team. This is unbelievable, and yet he says it so clearly that this is just something that whet his appetite. He's looking for much more. He's looking for more. That just sums it up for me. The fact is, Herro has always been one of those players hungry for more, and I think he will produce far more this year than the last. During the 2019-20 regular season, Herro averaged 13.5 points, 4.1 boards, and 2.2 assists per game while shooting 42.8% from the field, 38.9% beyond the arc, and 87% from the free throw line. He hit countless big shots in the fourth quarter and was rewarded for his play by making the all-rookie second team. The fact that Herro was so efficient shooting-wise last year is absolutely scary because as he continues to develop, that number will more than likely go up even more. It's no secret that the Heat have one of the most promising futures in the league with their young core in Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, and the leadership of Jimmy Butler. The Heat were able to make it to the NBA Finals last year with this young team, and honestly, until they faced the Lakers, they looked like the most dominant team in the East and maybe even in the whole league. Now, the Lakers have gone out and straight improved almost every issue their roster had, but the Miami Heat simply didn't have to do this because they're going to spend all their time and efforts to improve their young players, and that means they will automatically get better this year because they are basically running it back. I mean, just look at Bam Adebayo. The Heat's development team has been hard at work with him every single offseason to try and make him better and better, and the man just keeps on getting better and better every single year, and that's no coincidence. The Heat do an amazing job of drafting talent and developing them into stars. Bam just signed a $195 million contract because that's how good the Heat think he is and how much better he will get. And I honestly do believe the same is in the cards for Tyler Herro. He already has the hardworking mentality with the confidence and swagger to go with it. All the Heat need to do is help him improve every year, and he could become not just an all-star, but an absolute bona fide superstar, just like Bam Adebayo. I would definitely say that Bam is a top 5 big in the league at least. And there's an argument that he is top 3 as well. I'm not saying that he is, but there is definitely an argument for that. I most definitely believe that the sky is the limit for Tyler Herro, just like it is for Bam Adebayo, with all the opportunity they have on the Heat squad. With that being said, I believe that Tyler Herro, along with the rest of the young Heat core, are about to surprise us when the season begins later this month. If the Heat are able to progress Herro and Robinson like they have been able to do with Bam, there is no doubt in my mind that the Heat could potentially form a dynasty that could dominate for the foreseeable future and get back to the finals and win this time. I want to hear from you guys down below though. Do you think that Tyler Herro will be able to progress like everyone is thinking, as well as how far do you think the Heat will go in the playoffs this year, given no one gets injured during the season? I think it will be very fun to talk about this in the comments because there are many different takes on the Heat team going into this season, as well as being able to look back when the season ends and see who the real genius of the comment section is. I think there is no doubt the Heat will only get better this year given no one gets injured, because remember, they were only the 5 seed in the playoffs last season, so there is definitely room for the team to improve as a whole. But as far as Herro goes, the man said he only took a week-long vacation and has been back in the lab training ever since, with a quote work-first mentality. So I think it is definitely safe to say that Herro could be an all-star this year if he is able to thrive in a starting role for the Heat. The man is a walking bucket, and the confidence he has on the court is almost unmatched for anyone his age, in my opinion. I mean, who else does this during a high-stakes playoff game? I've been trying to stay unbiased because I really want this channel to be a place where any NBA fan can watch and listen to some legitimate information or discussion about a player or team. But I really do like Herro as a player and believe he could be a 20-point per game scorer if he gets the minutes to do so this year. I am absolutely hyped to see this Heat squad back in action, and you best believe that I'll be watching almost all the games this season. I really do hope this short turnaround doesn't cause any of their key players to get injured like Bam, Jimmy, or Herro, but I guess all we can do is sit back and see what happens. Thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoyed, leaving a like and subscribing to the channel would be amazing. We are out here posting every other day and trying to get to that 1K sub mark in the first month, as well as go full-time on YouTube, and I cannot do it without you. Next video, I believe I will be grading every NBA team's offseason so far and how they are looking going into the season. But until then, you guys just stay tuned. I'll catch you on the next one. Woods out.